Alafia, my new view. My name is Itohan, also known as Natural Stylist, and I help to elevate Black culture identity through the lens of beauty by conducting workshops, holding seminars, and teaching us how to care for our hair, thereby redefining the idea of beauty. I have been a natural hairstylist for almost 2 decades, and I want to talk to you guys about the truth behind protective styling. Styles that actually require hair fullness and length and things like getting protective styles as black women since we were little girls. All the cornrows that we were getting as children, those were protective styles. The cornrows and the twists that our mothers used to do or our grandmothers used to do for us, or the neighborhood braider or the stylist, those were all protective styles. We just didn't call them protective styles then. But do you know that's one of the reasons why as black women we don't really know how to take care of our hair, because our hair is always in some type of protective styles or another when it's natural. Because think about it, when you were a little girl, every couple of weeks your mother would like braid your hair and twist your hair, and you would keep it like that for a while, right? So we never really got used to the texture of our hair, and it was always seen as something that was kind of like bothersome, like the texture of our hair, that it was too much to deal with and too much to handle. So we just like put it in a style to get it out of the way, right? Our clients love protective styles. Some of the styles that I specialize in are the puffy twist and all natural looking twists that actually look like it's your own hair. They're so durable and they look so gorgeous. And the older they get, the better they look, right? And so my clients, they're so addicted to the puffy twist. I sometimes have to tell them, like, okay, let's give your hair a break. Let's give your hair a break. Because I noticed that they just wanted to keep getting it over and over and over again. Especially with the puffy twist, because the puffy twist is actually, you almost don't even feel it on your head, right? It's very light, and you can shampoo it at home on your own. And the older it gets, the better it looks. So you can imagine that you can go on my website, nubiannaturalhair.com, to check out the puffy twist. And so you can imagine that clients really, really like this style. And it actually looks like it's their own hair. And actually, even for me, that is like one of my favorite ways of wearing my hair is the puffy twist. Because even though I'm a natural hairstylist, or maybe because I am a stylist, I don't really like messing with my hair every day. I don't. I guess because I'm in the shop all day long doing people's hair. So I just don't. If I don't have to do my hair, I don't, right? But I know that I have to if I want to keep this hair on my head. So I do. And I've noticed, like on Instagram and all of the things, a lot of the questions that I get about protective styles and things like that, and that's what a lot of new clients want. It can range from Marley twist to the puffy twist to the kinky twist to the faux locks or cornrows with extensions to feed-in cornrows with the weaves and things like that. So all of those come under the umbrella of protective styles, right? But we should know that not all styles are created equal, right? And there is this secret that we don't talk about as black girls, black women, is that there's something with us in alopecia. There's a lot of hair loss with black girls. And this is not normal. We've accepted it as such because so many of us have problems with alopecia and hair loss, especially around our edges and our hairline. But this is not what it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be like that. And one of the reasons it's like that is because it comes from the abuse that we put our hair through month after month, years after years with these protective styles. I know. Just let that sink in for just a second. I think that most of our lives we've been taught that protective styles are good for the hair. They protect the hair, they help the hair grow. And while all of those things are true, they can help the hair grow, they're good for the hair, but they can also strip the hair of much needed moisture, because most of the time when we have protective styles, we don't shampoo our hair. We don't take care of our hair. So therefore, we're not even taking care of the hair that is our hair that is underneath the protective style. Because you have to remember, your hair is still in there. Your hair is still coming out of your scalp. You still have to take care of your scalp, and you still have to take care of your hair. So if you're not doing that, what's going to happen? It's going to get dry, right? And so while your hair does grow while it's in protective styles, because black hair, natural hair, what it wants to be done, what it wants to do, he just wants you to leave it alone. If you leave me alone, it's gonna grow, right? Which is why locks grow so quickly and so fast, because that's what our hair wants. It just wants to be left alone because of the shape of our hair. When we manipulate it or we comb it out, it actually disrupts the pattern in which it grows, because our hair kind of grows like that. So when you manipulate it, you are pulling it against its natural pattern, and therefore the hair breaks, right? So it's not that our hair does not grow. It does grow. It's just fragile and easy to break because of over manipulation. So just that. So anyway, back to protective styles. So yes, protective styles can do all of those things, but it can also be bad for your hair. One of one of the adages that I go by in my salon is never ever sacrifice the integrity of your hair for a style. You cannot. I don't care how cute the style is. Not everyone can wear every style. Some people are able to wear goddess locks and things like that, and faux locks, and they can wear it and it cannot be damaging to their hair. But some people with finer texture of hair cannot do that, because it's so much easier for their hair to be damaged and just break off, especially around the hairline, right? And so you have to know where you fall on that spectrum. You have to know what your hair is, and which is why it's so important to get a natural hairstylist who is experienced in dealing with hair health, healthy hair. You want somebody that believes in healthy hair, because then they can tell you exactly what styles are good for your hair and what styles are not. One of the things my clients say to me in my salon is that I'm the knowingest stylist on the planet, because I would tell you no in a minute. Oh no, that style is not going to work for you. No, that's not going to work for you. No, I don't think so. That's not going to work, right? Because what I'm thinking about is the health of your hair. That is the most important thing to me. And guys, just to let you know, just FYI, our hair follicles are on our scalp. That's what our hair follicles are, where the strands of our hair are actually shooting up from, right? So we have follicles on our scalp, and what you want to do is you want to maintain your healthy hair follicles. Once you destroy your hair follicles, right, it is a wrap. Once it's destroyed, it's a wrap. And so it's so, and a lot of these protective styles that we do are destroying our hair follicles. I mean, I see children with like added hair and extensions in their hair, and I'm like, why are you doing that? I see people that have I've been wearing weaves for years and years and years, and their hairline actually have receded like men's hairlines, and actually start right here instead of it's supposed to start right here around your hairline. That is where your edges are, right? But because we abuse our hair so much, we have this problem with alopecia. Traction alopecia, to be exact. And traction alopecia is actually the most preventable alopecia there is out there. But because we do so much stuff to our hair in the name of protective styles, we actually, okay? So I know that they can help your hair to grow. They're great for when you're transitioning from relaxed hair to natural hair. They're great for the summer. They're great for vacations, because you can swim, you can exercise and things like that with protective styles. But we also have to understand that we need to give our hair a break from protective styles. And we need to make sure that, before we get the protective styles, that we are getting our treatments, our deep conditioning treatments, to add that added moisture to our hair, and to make sure that we are shampooing and conditioning our hair while we have those protective styles in. And remember, never ever sacrifice the integrity of your hair for a style. It's not worth it. Yes, it's going to make your hair grow, but if your hair is dry underneath that protective style, all of the growth that you have, once you take that protective style off, that growth is going to fall out because of dryness, and you're going to lose some more hair too. Okay? And don't forget to get your hair trimmed before you get your protective style, before and after you get your protective styles. Okay? Because the goal is to keep your hair, as much of your hair on your head as possible. Okay? But everything that you do to your hair needs to go towards that goal, keeping your hair on your head. And so you want to make sure that everything that you're doing is going to kind of like, healthy and strong. And I know that protective styles are a lifesaver, but we need to remember that if we do not take care of our hair while it's in protective style, it causes dryness, and that dryness can actually lead to breakage. Okay? One of the biggest disadvantage of protective styles is that they can cause alopecia if done improperly and if done too often. You get enough time to move and condition your hair and apply much needed moisture. You want to, in between your protective styles, you want to make sure you get in your deep conditioning treatments. So I would suggest that, and of protective styles, and you get them all the time, I would suggest going 6 to 8 weeks between styles. Okay? Between protective styles. That way you get used to your hair, because one of the things that we are doing also with protective styles is it's not allowing us to get used to our hair, to get used to learning how to style our hair. And that's one of the things that we really have to work on as Black women. We need to learn how to take care of our hair, our kinky hair. Like, we need to get the tools, we need to get the necessary expertise in dealing with our hair and knowing what actually works with your hair texture. Learning about your hair texture, learning the styles that you like that works with it, and learning and just getting used to dealing with your own hair. Unadulterated, your own hair. Looking at yourself authentically and loving who you are authentically without any added hair or hair pieces or weaves or extensions or stuff like that. That is essential, guys. And as we have these children and we're bringing up children and we're trying to teach them how to be proud of themselves and how to love who they are as Black girls, mothers, it has to start with us. We have to start that. We have to love who we are first in order for our girls to love who they are. We are the examples to them. They're watching us. They're watching what you're saying about your hair. She's watching what you're doing when you have to touch your own hair. She's watching your facial expressions when you talk about your hair. She's watching your feelings and your emotions about this kinky hair on your head. She's watching you. And so you're not going to learn, you're not going to get used to your own hair texture if you keep putting the weave on in each time after time after time again and not letting your hair breathe so you can actually get used to what it feels like, what it looks like, and getting to love it. You're not going to love your hair while it's underneath a protective style. If you keep getting braids and braids after braids after braids after braids, you're never going to learn to love your hair because you're going to be so used to all of that volume and fullness and length that you're not going to learn to actually love your own hair the way it comes out of your scalp. And the notion that we have to do something to the hair that comes out of our scalp is not good enough or somehow needs to be altered in order to be beautiful, we have to that notion. We have to destroy that, because that is not true. But the only way you're ever going to get that true love for it is actually working with it and playing in it and learning what it does and learning the styles that works for you. Okay? So, I didn't mean to go on this long, guys. I could talk about this forever. But anyway, so that's the truth about protective styles. Our website, nubiannaturalhair.com, and on our Instagram page, you actually access our free ebook, Taking Care of Your Hair While It's in Protective Styles, and it tells you everything to do while your hair is in protective styles, okay? So let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll come back and answer some questions. And guys, thank you again for coming to my YouTube channel, and post another video soon. Bye-bye.